Hi there Virgo, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for May, a month which can be a real journey of discovery. But you're probably going to read about Mercury, your ruling planet, which is in a retrograde. And it's true that since just as last month came to a close and through to the 21st, it is going to be retracing its steps. And in the part of your horoscope that's to do with widening your horizons. And on the face of it, anything to do with travel, higher education, new experiences, or adventurism or independence may see you going in a new direction or perhaps experiencing some delays or misunderstandings. But there's so much more exciting stuff that's going to be going on this month, and Mercury's going to be part and parcel of it. But as this month begins, there are other planets which are also in retrograde. And that is in order Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and also Pluto. But as the month begins, Mercury, along with the Sun and Venus, are in that very expansive part of your scope. And just because Mercury is retracing its steps, doesn't mean to say that you can't go further afield, you can't get a job that's involved in travelling or sharing ideas or anything to do with knowledge or the legal system, because all of these could be something that you're really going to prosper around. And the Sun, in the early parts of this month, is going to be forging an awesome link with tiny Pluto. Pluto is the planet of truth and transformation, but the new moon, which occurs on the 6th of this month, sees the Sun and the Moon linking brilliantly with Pluto. And this can be an opportunity for you to really grow. This growth can go on, of course, on the back of any new moon for the following 4 weeks. But there's so much more than this, because your ruler Mercury, from week 2 right to the end of the month, is also forging a link with Pluto. When these two get together, it helps us to be particularly discriminating, to analyse, to get beneath the surface of what's really relevant. Now, those are all qualities which are very much part of your nature anyway. And your ability to sort the wheat from the chaff is not going to in any way be diluted simply because Mercury is tracking backwards. I think this ability is going to be increased, but it's also going to help you to spotlight and identify opportunities for new possibilities and anything which really brings a sense of excitement and growth into your situation, whether it's in a practical sense or a spiritual one, or in a sense of you actually being physically on the move. I do think this is going to be a profound month for you. But also Jupiter, the planet which is to do with growth and fortune, which has been twisting backwards in your sign since early this year, well, that goes forwards on the 9th of this month. That's particularly significant for you, because from now round to early September, it's really going to give you the platform to demonstrate to people the unique qualities that you have. Now, as it has been tracking backwards, it hasn't necessarily been making you unlucky, but it's possibly just been stalling progress a little bit. Things haven't been flowing quite as easily as you would like. But it's in the second half of this month that we have a most incredible astrological phenomenon. And that's when Mercury, Jupiter and Pluto forge a grand Earth trine. And this is really going to help you to gain tremendous momentum. So even though these planets are tracking backwards, it's not going to be in such a way that nothing's possible for you. You have to be realistic, of course, but you're pretty good at understanding what's fantasy and what's for real. But the planet of fantasy, Neptune, is in opposition with Jupiter all of this month. So if you encounter someone in a romantic context who really excites you, don't be too quick to accept that they are exactly as they seem at first. This person may have a mysterious aura. They may have a message that you find is particularly compelling. But give yourself time to check this out, because Saturn, the planet of structure, continues in your sector of emotions, along with Mars. And with these both tracking backwards, whatever you're doing to grow your world this month, It still needs to be in a way where you feel secure and safe and comfortable and nurtured, whether it's in a physical or a more emotional context. But by the 21st, Mercury ends its retrograde, and also the Sun moves into the sign of Gemini. But there's a full moon on the same day. If something is out of sync in terms of making sure your foundations are secure, in terms of your worldly aspirations, this is a time to really grapple with this. But when Venus moves on the 24th, even though it's going to go face to face with Mars for a few days, and there could be some turbulence, I do feel that Venus can attract to you someone influential who really understands what you have to offer. And this person can be highly significant for you for the remainder of the month. This can be a very encouraging person. It could be a mentor. It could, in a romantic context, be someone who's older or younger than you. On the other hand, it's possible that an existing romantic relationship can take that next step up in terms of commitment. But Mars, tracking back, as I said, all month 2, does rewind back into the sign of Scorpio on the 28th. This is particularly significant for you because over the next 2 months, it's an opportunity to really go forwards with relish around your ideas. And if you are someone who's interested in communicating a message that's very important to you, you can do so with a great deal of vigor and enthusiasm. But this is a month when you have an opportunity to transform your situation. And Venus is also going to be tuning in from the 11th to the 17th to Pluto too. Pluto's a tiny entity, and over the last 3 or 4 years it hasn't always been easy for you, particularly around money and romance. But it's free of the clash with Uranus now. Things are starting to really move forwards, and as long as you make sure that the foundation stones in your life are secure and the people that you're getting closely involved with are good for you, enriching and keen to encourage you forwards, this can be a time of significant movement. And the last 10 days of this month could also see some new professional opportunities which can see you absolutely sparkling. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.